Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. Today we're doing my January TBR featuring my TBR cards. If you don't know what my TBR cards are, I will leave a playlist link down below where I used to do them for TBR card vlogs. But I decided to incorporate them into my TBRs for this year. So if you're also familiar with my channel, you will know that I am a TBR game hopper. But this year I'm just trying to not feel so pressure. I don't want to make a ton of TBR games that I'll never stick with or whatever. So we're just going to stick with the TBR cards this year and focus more on the content and not building things for a singular video I do every month. So with that being said, I also want to say a huge thank you to every single one of you who have ever liked, comment, or subscribed to my channel. I very much am so grateful for you guys. I love interacting with you. I love meeting new people on here and just gushing about books that we love. And last year was just really hard mentally and physically and family-wise for me. So that's why I took a nice break at the end. I almost wasn't going to come back, but my love for BookTube is so strong and I just wanted to come back. I just want to be a part of this community and I just want to fall back in love with reading books and talking about them. And so this year is going to be that. I have a couple of goals that I want to loosely follow. I want to at least read 100 books, which I do every year. I want to finish hopefully at least 12 series that I have started. I have tons of series on the go. You'll have to let me know if you want to see a video on all the series I am currently in the middle of. I also want to read down some of my physical TBR, even if that means trying a chapter and getting rid of ones that just don't appeal to me anymore. I also would like to not buy as many books this year. I would like to at least read 50% of what I am hauling at least. If I stick to that goal, great. If not, it's not like I'm gonna be making myself, because we all know we all go through periods of time where we need to just binge buy books, and I am no stranger to that. Anyway, less rambling. I just wanted to say thank you for being a part of my channel for all these years, and I am just ready to start anew with this year and just find my love again for reading. But let's take it back to past Emily, who did everything with the TBR cards, and then I will come back spliced in letting you guys know what books I will be reading in the month of January. I can't believe it's 2025 already. I can't believe it. Let's get right into it. Okay, so this is my setup. If you haven't seen any of my TBR card vlogs, I will of course leave a playlist link down below. I think I've only done 3, but essentially what I always do is I always shuffle beforehand because my camera is on a tripod that's clipped to this folding table desk thing I've kind of jerry-rigged together. It will move at the slightest touch, so I apologize beforehand for that. But that is why I shuffle beforehand. So I have my TBR cards and I have my draw cards. Now my draw cards, I normally only do 3 draw cards because they have the potential to give me 1 to, I think there's like one that could get me 11 cards. So that's why I draw a smaller number, but because I'm using this for monthly TBRs, I am going to be drawing 5 draw cards and we're going to hope for the best, but I think that's everything. A lot of times, if it doesn't work, like we'll go over it then, but we're just going to get right into it. There's really not much to this game. Just watch it and you'll kind of understand. So, first draw card is Pet picks between 3 cards. Okay, so I'm going to draw 3 cards and then one of my dogs are going to have to pick between the 3 to see which one I'm going to get. But I will have to insert a clip after this, but we have animal on the cover, and I will put pictures up here. I know it's hard to see because these are laminated and there's sometimes a glare, but I will pop the pictures up here so you can see them better. But animal on the cover, book club book, and try a chapter. So I think out of the 3, I would rather have animal on the cover or book club. Try a chapter is okay, but like I really don't want to have to do that this month. So I will be showing you guys a clip after this showing you which of the 3 cards one of my dogs have picked, and then I of course will pick a book to correspond to the prompt. So we're only getting one book out of this, so thank goodness. Okay, so the first draw card got us a pet pick between 3 different cards, which I of course did. I'm going to include that clip here now. Okay, we're doing the pet pick. So we have book club, try a chapter, and animal on the cover. We're gonna let my big dog Bella in, and she's going to pick for us. Okay, come on Bella, come on Bella, pick one. Ah, Bella. Well, she picked try a chapter. And as you saw, the one I didn't want won, and my dog Bella ended up picking the try a chapter card. I'm going to put them right here so you can see them because they're too glary when I'm holding them up. So the try a chapter card won. Now for this one, I don't have a specific pick, but I do have a sort of video in mind. I know that Bex Reads does the Unstuff Your Kindle, and the one for January is dealing with like cold winter things on the cover or the title. And so I have a bunch of books picked out for that, and the date to upload your vlog or whatever for is the 20th, I believe, of January. So I really would like to do that. So it would be nice if I could try a chapter of all the books I have picked out, and of course read the one I love the most, and then maybe pick a couple of the other ones. But that is what I'm going to be doing for this. I am so disappointed in my dog. She really let me down. Draw number 2. Start over and keep current picks. Okay, there's only, I think, one of these, but essentially what that means is I have to redraw the first pick and the second pick. So I will technically have, if you're not counting this card, because you don't get anything with this one, I will technically have 6 draw cards. So we got to keep that one there. So here we go again with draw number 1. Draw any card. Okay, so this one, I've gone back and forth. I've gone through and I've picked a card right away, or I can potentially wait until the end, and I think that's what I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to wait till the end to see what I get for the other ones, and then I will go through and draw any card. So we're going to do draw any card. So I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to find one that I'm feeling, and I will let you guys know. So let me just go through and do this. Okay, so I have a little stack here of ones I could potentially pick from. So I have Alien/Monster Romance, Reverse Harem, Reread a Book, a mood read, read a book with a beautiful cover, Soulmate/Fated Mates, read an ebook. I put the Jar of Doom in here because I spoke about it and then I never did anything with it. That's a whole other story. But I still haven't. I still want to use it. Or read a romance. So I think between all of these, though, and what I am wanting to read, I think I'm going to go with Reverse Harem for any card. So that is going to be my pick for the any card. So that is now on here. Oh no, we got start over, but we have to keep the current picks, which means I'm technically only one book rolling over, I guess, so it's not too bad. It could be worse. I could have got this as my 5th one and we had like 13 books already, but we didn't. So then we had to redraw another card, and that was any card. So I decided to hold off and wait, and then I think I did show you guys in the clip before that I ended up going with Reverse Harem. That is one of my favorite things from romance, one of my favorite tropes, and I have been really wanting to get into the Twisted Sisters books, and a lot of people are saying to start with this series, so I decided to add Dark Fae on here. I am so excited for this. I am a little bit intimidated and worried that I'm not going to like it, but I want to read this series so then I can start the Zodiac Academy series, because that series is so hyped, and I know you have to get through like the first 2 or 3 books before you actually start enjoying it. So I'm really excited to get into Dark Fae, and I'm hoping I love it. Draw 2. Draw 3 cards while discarding every other one. Okay, so this one's going to get me 3 cards, but we have to discard every other one. So first, we have a random emoji, and then we're going to discard this one. Then we have author last names. So I have to do a random letter generator to figure out what the author's last name is going to begin with. And then we're going to skip that one. And then we've got this one. Read a diverse / POC book. Okay, so I got 3 books for that. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books already on here. It's scary. Anyway, so our next one, I ended up getting draw 3 while discarding every other one. So the first one I drew was random emoji, and I do have a screen recording here to show you what emoji I got, and that was the microscope. At first I was like, what am I doing with a microscope? When I think of a microscope, I'm thinking science. Then I'm like, okay, maybe we're studying something, or maybe, I started to lean towards like a pandemic or something, and I was like, nope, no. And I was like, well, let's go back to the science idea. So I decided then to go with a horror, sci-fi horror, whatever. And I decided to add Dead Silence on here by S.A. Barnes. I recently got the audiobook for this, and I hear such good things about this. And it just feels like it's going to be perfect for this time of the year, because space is cold and, deep space, wintry, feeling like cold. I'm rambling now, but anyway, I really want to get to Dead Silence. It sounds really good. Something about this abandoned ship, and this crew finds it, and then there's more going on. And I think there's like one survivor, and there's like mixed media elements mixed in. So I am ready for this. I am so excited, and I can't wait to get to it. The next one we pulled was author last name. I again, of course, have a screen recording, and as you can see, we got the last name letter starting with S. For this one, I decided to go with The River Serpent. This is a short book. I believe it is an indie published one, and the author's last name begins with S. I can't for the life of me remember what the last name is, but the last name does start with an S. So I am adding this one on here, and I think it's a fantasy romance, and that's all I know about it. And finally, we have diverse / POC for this draw card. And for this one, I decided to go with my book club book. Now, if you haven't heard of my book club, it is called Chapter by Chapter. I have it set up on Fable, which is free. I will leave a link down below. You can click it and join if you want. Fable is free. And I really like their platform and how they do things for the book clubs. I don't know. I really love it. It breaks it up chapter by chapter. You can discuss in the book club what you liked about each chapter or whatever, or skip a few chapters of writing things and whatever. Anyway, the book in question is The Teller of Small Fortunes, and I picked this one because the author is Malaysian Chinese, so they are a person of color, they are diverse, they are different from me, and I love this cover. This cover is so stunning. This cover just makes me want to create art based on it. It is beautiful, and I know this is cozy, and I know that it has to deal with the main character who tells small fortunes because every time she tells a big one, it gets her into trouble or something, and then there's found family, and it just sounds so good, and I am just so highly anticipating this book being a 5-star, and I think I might be crushed if it's not. But this is definitely a book that I really want to own a physical copy of, but first I want to see if I'm gonna love it first. So I am super happy to have this as my book club book for the month of January, and in here for the diverse / POC representation in the book. Number 3, we have Draw from the Middle. So I'm just going to quite literally pick up half the stack, draw one from the middle, a sequel. Okay, I can work with that. I have plenty of series I'm in the middle of and I need to continue on with. Okay, we got draw from the middle, and for this one, I ended up drawing the sequel card. Now, for this one, I had a couple things I could pick, but in the end, I decided to go with one that I've been kind of soft DNFing for a bit, and that's Endgame Romance by Sam Stunich. I loved the first book. We read the first book for my book club, I think in November, one of the burrs, anyway, and I continued on, and I immediately read the second one, and then I went right into the third one, but I took a break to read some other things, and I decided that this book, they get bigger as they go on, because the fourth book's like over 1,000 pages, and I'm rambling again. Sorry, I'm just really excited. Anyway, I want to pick this one up because I want to restart it because I have the audiobook for it and continue on. That way I can then get to the fourth one and finish out the series. I love Sam Stunich and her writing and her characters and her reverse harems. They're just perfect, and chef's kiss. Number 4, a family member picks one prompt. So this one's going to have to be after I finish drawing because, again, I want to see what I get. So I have to have a family member pick a prompt that they like because of the card or because of the prompt, whatever. And then I will pick a book that goes with it. Okay, so the fourth poll out of 5, because we had to start over, I ended up getting a family member picks, and I had my oldest daughter go through all of the ones that were left, and she picked out like a potential pile or whatever, and then she shuffled them, spread them out, and had my mom randomly pick one without looking, and she ended up with Owned for 3+ years, and I love the way this card looks, but I am so intimidated by this card because I have so many books that I've had for so long, and I just wasn't sure at first what I was going to go for, but as I did some digging, I ended up going with The Shuddering, and this is by Anaya Allborn, and I believe this has to deal with a creature feature. I'm thinking Bigfoot, and I believe it's set in the winter in like a cabin with these friends. I could be wrong, but hint hint, this is on my Winterween TBR that I also want to participate in this month. It's a readathon hosted by Gabby. I will try and leave that video link down below if you haven't heard of this, but I'm really excited for this one. I could just use like a really good creature feature horror in the winter. Just perfect vibes, you know? So that one's going on the list. And finally, pick number 5, draw 3 prompts. Anyway, 1, small town. 2, nature on the cover. And 3, weapon on the cover. Okay, so let's tally this up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 books because of this little game. I'm not shocked. This is why I normally only do 3, but you know what? 10 seems like a pretty decent number. Hopefully I can read all of the books for this. Next, we just couldn't get away without adding a bunch more. So we got draw 3. And the first one I ended up getting was Small Town. And for this one, I did end up going with Bourbon and Lies. Now, I picked this one not only because I am already wanting to read it, but because it's also, it fits for the buzzword title challenge, which is Truth and Lies. And of course, it has lies in the title. This is obviously Small Town, romantic suspense. I love the cover. It sounds great. And a woman on the run, I think a retired cop or something, or I don't know if he's still a cop or not. Anyway, but I'm really excited for this. I love me a good small town romantic suspense. My favorite. I can just consume these so quickly. So I decided to go with that one because I need to get the buzzword challenges on here because I am determined to get through all these buzzwords, the title and the cover ones this year. I have not had a year where I have completed hardly any of these. So this is the year, okay? And then next I ended up getting Nature on the cover. For this one, I decided to go with Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. This has like roses around the edge, even though they're like blue, but it's still nature, okay? And this is a stalker slash masked men dark romance, and the female main character has like this fetish, and she, I think, hires someone to come and do something to her, but it's like not them or so, I don't know. Anyway, sounds really good. I've heard the audiobook is exceptional, and I can't wait to finally get to this book. And finally, the last card that was pulled was Weapon on the Cover. Now for this one, I hope I'm not setting myself up to fail, but I decided to add Malice on here. Now, hear me out. This is Becca's Backlist Book Club or Catch Up Book Club book. I think we're supposed to have read it November, December, but the live show isn't, I think, until the middle of January. So I do have the first little bit of January that I can get this book read. This is very intimidating for me. I haven't read an adult epic high fantasy in a while, and so this one I know is going to be really confusing because it has a ton of characters, but I am ready. I want to participate in one of these catch-up readathon things, and I'm just determined that this one's going to be the one. But that being said, I think I forgot to mention that the River Serpent is also the other buzzword cover challenge one, and that one's a pattern. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to show you, but if you look really closely on the background, there is like this wallpaper pattern looking behind everything, and I'm counting it. So I have my TBR card picks, my buzzword picks. Like I said before, I am hoping to participate in Winterween. I will hopefully be doing a reading vlog separate for that, and then I also want to do the Unstuff Your Kindle thing. I would love to participate in Leandra from Leandra the TBR Zero or something like that. She's doing TBR-a-thon. I don't know if I'll get to that. If I do, it might just be to collect the dogs on the like little path game, because I know there's like 3 different options to play for this. So I may or may not try and do that towards the end of the month. It just depends. If not, it's okay. But I'm really happy with my TBR this month. I obviously am hoping to read more than what's just on this list, but I am trying to think if there's anything else. Oh my gosh. These 2 books are being added on here, along with Onyx Storm. Absolutely. I can't believe I almost forgot these. Yes. I'm so excited. I have no words. I'm so freaking ready for the 3rd book. I can't wait to read it. I am rambling again. But these are definitely on here. The 10th Wayward Children books, Adrift and Currents Clean and Clear is coming out this month. All the Missing Pieces by Catherine Cowles is coming out this month. There's so many good books coming out this month. Grady Hendrix has a book coming out. Like, I'm so excited, but Onyx Storm is probably my most anticipated book for this year. One of them, but like the most anticipated one. I love this series. I don't care what anyone says about them or the sequel or whatever. I need that book, and I need it now, and I need to reread these. These broke my heart. I can't. I just need them. Anyway. So, that was everything on my TBR. I'm sure there's a ton more that I want to get to, but these are the priority ones. So, that is everything for this video. If you liked it, please like it down below. It really helps me out. Comment letting me know what your most anticipated release of the year is, and subscribe if you want to. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, I will see you again soon. Bye!